Hey, Shawn Clement here from the Richmond Hill Golf Learning Center with an episode that I know many of you have been waiting for. I know a lot of you appreciated the working the ball video when we're using the arc to fade and draw the ball, and many of you finally understood that never try to hit a straight shot. Now, I've had a lot of questions regarding, well, how do you position the ball as far as working the driver? Now, obviously, because the ball is on a tee and that club head is a lot wider, we need to play the ball a little more forward than usual. And this goes also with the hybrid and the fairway woods. Basically, you want the club to be in the center of your stance and the ball just forward of that for a draw, and a half ball to a full ball the width forward of that, closer to the front instep for the fade when the ball's on the ground. Now we pick it up from there with the driver, and we're going to play the ball just inside the left instep, about a ball width forward of where I would be, where the club is center and the ball's forward of the club. So I'm going to be starting with a draw here. So just inside left instep for the draw, and right on the left instep for the fade, because we want the ball a little more forward in the arc, and that's where we're going to be catching it as the club is coming back to the inside. But we don't want it outside of our structure. You'll notice that when I get outside the structure, now I'm starting to lunge and I'm starting to become out of balance. It's going to be very difficult for you to stay in balance once that ball is past the forward instep, okay? So starting with the draw. So from this angle, you'll notice how if on this particular fairway, I'm going to take it toward the tree line and draw it back toward the fairway. If it stays straight, the fairway kind of goes a little bit to the right, so I'll be in the right rough, I'll be just fine. So I line up the name of the ball in the direction I want my ball to end up, okay? This is really important, so that you always know to what extent you're brushing across the ball, all right? So I've lined it up down the middle of the fairway here. That's where I want to end up. And I set up with that. I'm going to play the ball just inside the left instep and get behind the ball. Now it feels like I'm going to be catching the ball a little bit more from the inside to the outside here, and I'm going to close the face ever so slightly. So I'm going to close the face maybe 2-3 degrees, all right? So from this position here, it feels like I'm going to hit a very high draw that's going to start toward the tree line and turn back toward the fairway, all right? So just inside the left instep, get behind. Now it feels like it's going to be a very high draw. Then I'm just going to go ahead and let the action go into that picture. So I'm going to swing the club to the right tree line nice and effortlessly. Start at the tree line, drawing back just a little bit through the fairway on the left-hand side, but I'm very happy with that. So that had the flavor I was looking for, and there's no trouble for me. I'm just in the left rough, I'm fine. So if we look at the fade, now I'm going to be playing the ball opposite the left instep. I've also lowered the tee. All right? With the draw, I'm hitting it a little bit higher on the tee because I'm getting it much more on the upswing. With the fade, I'm playing it low because I'm going to be playing the ball forward, and I'm going to keep the driver just behind the ball and face the driver. So I'm still behind the ball. It's really important. You never want to feel like you're facing the golf ball in a position to get out in front of the golf ball. So all of these shots, you are behind the ball. So now, with the ball forward and me facing the club more, it feels like I'm going across the line of that ball to the left. So I'm looking down the left side of the fairway. There's a 150 marker there. I'm going to start the ball toward the 150 marker and fade it back toward the center of the fairway and shape the shot into the middle of that fairway. So, effortless whip toward that white stake, and the club face is just a hair more open than usual. Right at the white stake, curving right back into the fairway. Ooh, that was good. So now I've got two solid shots with the driver. Second one is left center of the fairway in perfect shape. The first one just left rough, and I'm in good shape there to get my birdie or my par. Hope you enjoyed that.